this, come back over here, and I say welcome again back to our continuing story of GhostBSD and our program. And of course, be sure to check out my videos for today for the analysis of the Vanguard Life Strategy, the Life Strategy Income Fund. Be sure to check out my video for the having to do with the DebX Debian Lite project. We call it Debian Lite. It's sort of like a branch. It's a Debian base, but it's sort of like a fork of the Puppy Linux. Be sure to check out that. And let's just check our story to date. So, look over here. Some summary details. As you recall, what we did is, right, we created origin and year, okay, as categorical variables. So now we can see we have 249 American variables. Of course, as always, don't be bashful. Stop by the chat session, say hi, offer me a few words of encouragement, tell me who you are, where you are, and what you're interested in data science and data analytic is. So we can say origin. So it tells us how many cars there are in the data set by what? By country of origin. This tells us how many cars there are by year. Fuel efficiency, cylinders, of course, horsepower. Let's scroll down. Then we did a simple count of the number of cars by origin. Added a nice plot. We of course use ChatGPT, right, to tweak the plot. Then we did a plot down here like this. And this is surprising, isn't it? How can fuel efficiency go up as horsepower goes up? Now I have a hunch it may have something to do with the weight, because some of these are sports cars. So we want to add a tweak to our plot to make these dots represent horsepower, okay? So let's see if we can do that now. We're using a very simple setup, using a very simple text editor, Pluma, and everything's going to be done at the command line. And as you can see, we're located in our directory. I'll just mention one more time that that's part of the process of setting up a new environment. You do what's called a snapshot, and a snapshot is basically like a what do I say? It's a list of every package you have installed and its version. Okay, so you can actually take this and create another project using this information. Okay, I'm not sure how to do that right now, but we'll find out. Okay, so our code is pretty straightforward. Again, we're using Quattro in order to produce different. Let's do one more thing here. Okay, let's do this. This says create a table of contents, and each top level heading here will be an entry in the table of contents. So this is called a YAML. This kind of tells Quattro what you're doing. Title, format. You can also do PDFs, Word, Docs, slide shows, and dashboards. Okay. It works with Python, it works with R, it works with Julia, okay, it works with all these things. So again, we load the libraries, very simple setup. We read the data in. We convert origin and build year and cylinders to factors, which is what gave us that and cylinders. And cylinders. So how can as horsepower goes up, mileage goes up? A couple answers could be weight is probably a very good example, or maybe the number of cylinders, okay? So we can add say weight to our plot, all right, or cylinders to our plot, and that'll change, and we can use it to change the dots. We can say make the dots a different size, we can make the dots a different shape, we can make the dots a different color, okay? Let's come down here to our plot, and all that'll be done in here. All right? Let's try something here. What do you want to try first? I think the biggest factor is going to be weight. Okay, what do you think? So let's start with that. I'm not sure if I can never remember whether I have to. Do I need to group also? Let's do a group also. Equals. All right. And if we're lucky, what we'll see is and again, don't be bashful. Stop by the chat session and say hi. Looks good so far. This may actually work the first time. Okay, we come up here. Do we want to make the weight? Let's make the weight. Let's do this. Now we could actually come down here, I think, and actually sort of do something like put factor down there or something like that, okay? But we're not. This should give us individual weights in the legend, I think. Oh, come. I know some of you are out there. Don't be bashful. Stop by and offer me a few words of encouragement, okay? We can also try to change the shape of the. So the question is, as weight goes up, right, does mileage go down? Oh, this doesn't look right. that didn't work right, did it? That is really crazy. I certainly wasn't expecting that. So let's comment this out for right now. Okay, let's change color group. Let's change this to size. Okay, this should give us a different size based on, and because we're running again, we're going to get rid of that factor, okay? And just in case you missed it, this is GhostBSD, running an Oracle virtual machine. So now this gives us weight. You know what we can do? We can convert this into an interactive plot, can't we? Let's just draw Plotly back up here. If I have, let's make sure we have Plotly installed. So we're going to do R. So inside the R directory, inside our top level project, you're going to run the R shell. We're going to say then we're going to create a new snapshot. Okay. Let's drop this down to another line, okay? Give us a little more working space here. So we'll come up here. We're going to say HP for horsepower. All right, and we'll come down here and say ggplotly plotly, and we're going to say HP underscore LBS. And this should give us an interactive plot. Okay, we'll see, which will allow us to look. I mean, I can't believe, what we can look at is, we can look at it, let's do something a little funky first, okay? I'm going to take a brief detour here, okay? I'm going to come back up here. Distro let's try it. Okay. Because there may not be that many different weights. 1, 2, 3. Now, did we make weight? No, we didn't. Okay. Did we make weight Now we should be able to come up here in our libraries, okay, and do something like hopefully be able to turn off some of the output. Very simple plot. Okay. This will give us some idea of what the distribution of weight is. Okay. It probably doesn't like uh, those things at the top. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't like those. I can't remember which way it goes. But this is supposed to be a way. Now we could, of course, maybe he doesn't go there. Yeah, let's not worry about it. Okay. So we got two things cooking here. We got the histogram of weights. And we got the interactive plot of our mileage versus horsepower. Now you have to admit, adding the labels to the chunks is kind of helpful. Oh, now what? ggplot2 backtrace, unexpected end of input. So this works down to here, right? And this works. So it's saying you got two brackets, 1, 2 left brackets. Okay, it must not have included Plotly in our library up here. Let's see. No, we didn't. Here's a question. Do I have a Do I have a directory for this? Let's create a new repository for this. What's this called again? R Hot Wheels. Let's upload a couple files. Automobiles, classic automobiles, Quattro, and MT cars. There. So here's our. So now you now have access to our story to date. And what you would do is you would clone the directory, and then you would create your R environment underneath your clone directory. Okay. Let me put this up here also. Let me put this up here. Okay. Oh, this isn't going to work because that's on the outside, isn't it? Let's come back over here for a moment. And I'll also put this link in the bottom of the description to the video. Okay. There you go. So there's my current working repo. How many people do we have watching here now? Come. I know some of you people are out there looking. Okay, so don't be bashful. Now this should work now. So we tried size. Okay. So maybe we should try shape. We can try shape. Maybe a little easier to understand. Oh, I want you to notice here is our table of contents. Let's go over here. So the weight. So the majority of the cars so this is, well, you know what we need to do is, oh jeez, you need to come back up here. I mean, you would think it'd be something like round, right? Let's try this. Maybe something like this. I mean, we only want a single decimal place, okay? I mean, cylinders should not be cylinder should not be a decimal, right? You can't have 6.5 cylinders. So I hope what you're realizing here how easy it is to use Quattro to produce output. Okay, and like I said, one of the big advantages is it's a text-based system. And again, if I wanted to make this Python, all I do is change this to Python. Replace R with Python. Okay. And again, what you want to tell at the top is what you're using for your Jupyter notebooks, which will be Python 3, okay? Come back over here. Okay, go over here. ChatGPT. And what if it's a mutate option, something like that? You know what, let's do? Let's just make sure we're rounding mileage also. Okay. There. Let's do what else? We got weight. We're actually going to do, okay, we're actually going to do, okay, we're actually going to do this. Leave that the way it is. And we want to plot what we're actually going to do, we're going to copy this up here, okay? Then we're just going to change a couple variables. So up here, we're going to count cylinders. Because we want to know I suppose this by cylinders. Okay. So this should give us a bar plot, an account of the number of cars by the number of cylinders. Okay. And this is going to give us a plot again of the histogram of weight, so we can look and see how each weight works out. Okay. And I'll tell you what, this will probably be it for this evening. If this works, this will be it for this evening. I'll be back tomorrow evening with another session as we continue. Oh man, let's see, take a look up here. Oh, we got this up here. Oh, jeez. Can we undo this? See, that goes back up here. No, this is right. The trouble was, I think we had, and once again, I'll leave a copy, a link to this repository, to get a repository in the description below of the video, okay? So this is right. We want to come back over here. The trouble was, what was the problem? We had an extra set of curly brackets up there. Let's do something a little funky. Let's take this. Let's ask ChatGPT to give us a that looks good, doesn't it? Let's try this. I must say, I'm happy to be back on So be sure to go out and clone this repository and take a look at the data for yourself. So most of the cars, oops, we're back up here again. Okay, we need to come back over. Okay, we're going to do one more thing. we're going to turn off some of this stuff down here. All right. Stop. That's not that. So let's add this back in here now. And if this works the way I'm hoping it'll be, so most of the cars have 4 cylinders. 4, 8, 6. And then we got this. But still doesn't explain why more horsepower equals. So next time what we'll do is we'll come back and we'll switch this out. And we'll look at the relationship between fuel efficiency and weight. Okay, this is slightly helpful, but it doesn't really explain to us why the heavier cars have better fuel efficiency. I would have thought maybe, yeah, the answer could be weight. The theory is smaller sports cars have more horsepower, but because they weigh a lot less, they get better mileage. So there you have it, a quick analysis, our continuous analysis on GhostBSD of the classic car data set from Kaggle. And again, the link to the repository and all the code will be in the description.